Um, what I'm going to be talking about today is actually the journey of reciprocity.com, and it's kind of a bit of a pitch, I guess, in terms of reciprocity.com. And because I think it's really important for everybody, and I'm trying to actually build this to help everybody out with this software that I'm actually trying to build, right? So if you don't know me, I'm Professor Dave Maslach. I'm Associate Professor of Innovation Strategy and Entrepreneurship. And I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people who help me out that I wanted to pay the favor for it to help you out. So I created, so years ago, when I was a doctoral student, so this was back in 2011, 2012, I was looking for editing for my work. I struggle with the work that, thanks for the thumbs up. I struggle with getting my work edited and getting feedback on my work because I struggle with writing. That's actually the biggest thing that I deal with is, writing. I write on a regular basis, but getting feedback, getting insight on what I can actually do with the things that I'm writing is a real struggle for me. So I thought, um, I'm just going to park this right now. And thank you so much. I'm just going to park this for now. And I thought when I went, so then I became an assistant professor of entrepreneurship and innovation at a really large, public institution, and it's really well known. And when I was taking my kids home from Disney, a few years into that, and my kids were really young, we went to Disney and had all sorts of fun and stuff like that. When I was driving home, I thought, this is a real problem for me and a problem for a lot of people is trying to get feedback on your writing. I was really struggling with this. Thanks so much, Mohammed. I really appreciate it. So I really, really struggle with this in terms of getting writing feedback. And so I thought, well, I am a professor of entrepreneurship and innovation. Why can't I create a platform like this? And I went and actually started thinking about how to actually build this thing. And as I started thinking about how to build this thing, I was trying to get people together and stuff. And eventually, I I couldn't find a team together in the town that I was at, in the city that I'm at, that was sort of working. And so I actually went and got contract manufacturers, and contract developers out of the Ukraine, and I had them build this platform, and I put it out on the internet. But I was really, really naive with what I was doing because I put it out on the internet, and there was crickets. Like nobody was doing anything with this. And I thought about, how do you actually get insight out there? How do you get people to sort of see this thing? And so I started doing this YouTube channel. Actually, it was a friend of mine that said, why don't you start doing YouTube videos? And so I started doing like technical videos, and you could see at my earlier videos, it was all about that. But then, I started to evolve and talk about what it's like to do research and doing all those kind of things with research. And it evolved into this whole reciprocity channel, the reciprocity project channel. But, I want to sort of pitch for you to actually go and check out the software. We've done a lot of stuff and we're still building this out. It's a long journey, but I can really use your help with building this thing out and for you to actually use this thing. That's how we're going to develop this is we need more people using it. But I also need you to be calm when things might not work as much as you think it would, because it is a work in progress. We've spent so it's owned by my wife and I. It's 100% owned by my wife and I, and so we spent a tremendous amount of money on this thing, building this out and making sure that it works, effectively. And we're going to continue to build this thing out. So I built in. Right now we're uploading a new plagiarism checker that I think is really cool, machine learning plagiarism checker that I think is cool. And it's really inexpensive. So here's the thing that's cool is that it's based on, a credit system, and it's very inexpensive for how much it actually, you can get done compared to the other software out there that is doing plagiarism checks. Because the whole goal was, how do I create a system where it's going to be very inexpensive for students and professors to use this thing, but also like fun and encouraging to use this thing. So the way it works is kind of like a sharing economy platform, right? So you can imagine any of those, with driving platforms or any of those kind of things where, like, or hotel type sharing economy platforms where you sort of match people together. And so I have that in the background in terms of the matching part of it. But then, building in, or we're building in a bunch of like add-ons and stuff. So we have this like plagiarism checker. We have a tone checker in there that's like crazy inexpensive compared to like the alternatives that are out there. And you could do a one-off thing on the papers that you're working on. And I'm going to try to build out as much as we can because I want this to be like a community effort. Um, where obviously, somebody needs to sort of lead it, but community efforts, we can help each other out in terms of how do we build out this system and build it out so that everybody benefits from it. And so there is a free component to it on reciprocity.com. But at the same time, building out sort of add-ins and stuff like that, that is, paid components, but also have incentives in there so that you can give feedback to other people. So as you're helping out other people, you eventually, earn, if you've done a good enough job, then you can earn credits from that, turn those credits into money eventually. And actually do something with that, right? So that's the whole incentive behind, doing a good enough job and having good feedback for other people, is that you have to maintain this high credit score or high quality score for you to get that money out of the system. So uh, I just encourage you to go check it out. And, the first thing that I'm going to get you to do, and I know that I hate doing this. I'm not like salesy at all. I'm not that salesy kind of person. But if you want to, please go buy some credits on there because it's going to help out with the system. Because what's happened, the problem that I have right now, so this is the biggest problem that I have right now, or we have right now, is that there's a lot of people willing to edit first, but not a lot of people that are uploading papers. But to upload a paper, you need to have somebody that is going to buy some credits, and so it can upload the paper, and then it can go out to other people. So I'd encourage you to do that, so it goes out to other people, because there's a big long actually queue of editors that are wanting to help out, but not a lot of people are uploading a paper, and it's really really inexpensive. So the lowest amount of credits that you can buy is just like $9 or $9.99, and so you go and buy those credits. And then you can, once you buy those credits, you can send out your document from there. And it's very inexpensive. I try to make it as inexpensive as possible because it's for, students and professors, if you want to use it as well, to actually get your work edited. And so please go check it out. I know it's a pitch, and I'm not great at pitches and stuff. You can see I'm terrible. I'm a bumbling fool. But I know it's going to be helpful. And the only way that we can make this more helpful is if you actually start using it. Because if you start using it, so revenue that's generated from it, then I can reinvest it into the platform. That's what I'm doing at this moment. But I also want to create people to actually, I want to create scholarships from this. So once we sort of earn the money back and all that kind of stuff, we can create scholarships for research and for PhDs, graduate students, to actually get more done with the thing that they're doing. So I want to do that. But then, as more people are using it, then I can demonstrate to other people and show to other investors that this thing is actually legitimate. But I can't do that at this time until it's actually really legitimate, and then we can grow it out that so much more and make it so much better. So I can really use your help. That's all I'm saying. And I know I'm almost like begging and bumbling and stuff. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for following along. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to take them for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and then I'm going to get going at this moment. So thanks so much, Mohammed. I appreciate all of you that are following along, and getting something from this channel, watching to somebody that's bumbling through this, bumbling through the research world. All right. Well, if there's no questions, thanks so much. And we will see you on the next video. Bye.